In the first video, we looked at cybercrime and cybercriminals. This video discusses how cybercriminals operate and how to protect against common types of attacks. Please take a moment to read the learning objectives for this video. Your goal is to make it as difficult as possible to dissuade a hacker from getting your data or from being a victim of cybercrime. Cybercriminals go after easy targets. If hackers see too much resistance, they will move on to softer targets unless the victim has something of great value. Can you prevent yourself from being a victim of cybercrime? Unfortunately, hackers will ultimately find a weakness if they want to. If you are a specific target because you have some information that a government-sponsored hacker wants, there is not much that you can do since they have vast amount of resources. A good line of defense is to make the cybercriminals work hard to get your data. The harder they have to work, the more likely they'll give up. Additionally, good cybersecurity practices minimize the chances that you will be a victim. Let's look at weak passwords as an example. Hackers do not play by the rules, they use brute force to crack passwords. A password cracker is a software application that tries all possible alphanumeric combinations until they find the password. One group cracked 2,700 bad or weak passwords in 30 seconds. They were probably typical passwords such as QWERTY or words in the dictionary. The crack program ran for another 48 hours and did not crack the 250 remaining strong passwords. Do the hackers keep trying to get the remaining 250 passwords? Or do they find easier targets? Most hackers will give up since they can obtain many passwords in the time it would take to get the data from a secured account. Your goal is to be in the group of 250 who withstood the initial hack attack. Cybercriminals do not directly target most victims. Instead, the victims are bystanders who are caught up in a larger cybercrime operation. For example, you connect your laptop to an unsecured Wi-Fi access point and you get the virus that was propagating on the network. Additionally, some things are out of your control. For example, a website you use was hacked and your login information is leaked online. You plan for data leaks and control what you can control. In this situation, you could protect yourself by not reusing passwords. Cybercriminals love easy targets. People who are easy targets have a low awareness of cybersecurity. They use weak passwords and use the same passwords on multiple sites. They respond to spam solicitation or click links in emails. They visit shady internet sites trying to find pirated software or pornography without knowing the risks. Any of those items make the person an easy victim. Hard targets are security conscious and they understand dangers and risks of cyberspace. When possible, they use encryption to secure data and use two-factor authentication to protect others from accessing their accounts using leaked login information. According to this graphic, 73% of the victims were easy targets. 6% were victims based on someone else's mistake. Another 6% were specifically targeted because they were high-value targets. Your goal is to be in the first 6% and plan for leaked data based on someone else's mistakes. Before we talk about protection or specific threats, General protection guidelines apply to most types of threats. First off, use official versions of the software. The majority of pirated software will contain malware. Do not visit suspicious websites and search for illegal software because you might get infected with malware just by opening a web page. Perform automatic updates on your operating system and applications to patch known vulnerabilities. Use a reputable antivirus program that prevents the occasional virus attempt, such as from the friend's flash drive. Cybercriminals create fake antivirus software so their malware will not be detected. Finally, use strong passwords and do not reuse the same passwords on different sites. Pirated software is software that has been copied or distributed for free against the wishes of the creator. Popular choices are Windows 7, 10, Microsoft Office, Kaspersky Lab, and Adobe products. They seem harmless, but they're dangerous. Pirated software comes from crackers who hack software for a living. They do not do it for the goodwill of the community. They are not Robin Hood, who takes from the rich to give up to the poor. If they crack software, they will do so to help the criminal enterprise. They do it at the expense of anyone who installs the software. They can use the software to control or monitor the computers of those who use it. Pirated software is inherently risky and contains backdoors so the cybercriminal can remotely use your computer without your knowledge. The cracker will create the pirated software. Cybercriminals obtain it from the hackers and then freely distribute it so they can have many computers on their disposal. Cybercriminals then use your computer in many ways, such as mining for bitcoins or cryptocurrencies, sending spam, launching cyber attacks, or monitoring your communications for financial information. There are exceptions, but you can assume that all pirated software is compromised and contains some form of the malware. All cracking software used to hack official versions contains malware. The Privacy Uncovered project determines that 2 out of 3 PCs with pirated software are contaminated with malware. Additionally, you can expect that any software downloaded from non-official sources or untrusted sites could contain malware. Hackers upload their hacked versions with malware. Users who download the files cannot tell the authentic version from the fake. Think about these scenarios for a minute. Would you install a free lock on your door that a stranger on the street gave you? What are the risks? For one, they have the key to your house. Similarly, why would you trust a cybercriminal with your computer and data? Protecting against pirated software is simple, but yet complicated in the developing world. Only download software from official sources such as Microsoft.com or Mozilla.org. Stay away from cracking software to unlock legitimate software. First off, you have to visit a suspicious site to get it. Secondly, the cracking software will contain malware. The complicated part is that professional software is better, which is why it's expensive. However, there are free excellent alternatives. Use GIMP instead of Adobe Photoshop and Google Drive or Free Office for office software. Software updates are of paramount or extreme importance. Crackers find new exploits all the time and write software to take advantage of them. Script kiddies and cybercriminals purchase the hacker software to use the exploits for monetary gain. Running up-to-date software patches these vulnerabilities and helps keeps hackers out. Bad passwords are easy to guess by a computer program. Good passwords are longer and use special characters and numbers. It takes a lot of processing power to crack a secure password using brute force. Strong passwords are long and contain a random mix of letters, numbers, and special characters. You need a password safe to store strong passwords. An alternative to passwords is passphrases because they are long, secure, and easy to remember. They could be a short positive message such as I want to smile more, or just some random words in your home such as yellow-green pancakes. Use a special character in the place of the letters to make it even more secure. To summarize, the goal of cybersecurity is to make it as difficult as possible to dissuade a hacker from getting your data. Cybercriminals typically go after easy targets who are people not aware of cybersecurity. They use weak passwords and use the same passwords on multiple sites. They respond to spam solicitation or click links in emails and visit shady internet sites. To protect yourself online, use only official versions of software and do not visit underground websites. Regularly update your software and use a reputable antivirus program. Use strong passwords and do not reuse the same passwords on different sites. Pirated software often comes with malware, which turns the infected computer into a hacker's tool. If you use pirated software, cybercriminals are using you for their own gain. Software updates are critical because they prevent new ways for hackers to access your computer by fixing recent exploits in software. A password is a string of text that makes no sense. A passphrase contains several words that can be easily memorized. Passphrases are usually longer and stronger than passwords.